Hey everyone, this is Sandeep back with 100 days of coding JavaScript. And this is day 4 and today I'm going to talk about another primitive data type in JavaScript called string. So in the last video I talked about number. If you want to watch that video, the link of the playlist is in the description. Please go ahead and watch that video and then you can come back to this video. So let's jump into the video. So we know like there are different primitive types in JavaScript: number, string, boolean, undefined, null. So these are 5 which I'm going to talk about, and probably I'll come up with another video on symbols and big int. So today I'm going to talk about strings. So let's start with that. Okay, I need to scroll up. So strings are pieces of text or strings of characters. We wrap them in single or double quotes. Be consistent with either single or double quotes. These are some of the notes. Let's take it one by one. So strings are nothing but pieces of text or single string of characters. So I'm going to copy my code from here. So I've already created a project called strings day 4, right? I have index.html and index.js, and I'm just going to paste. Now I'm going to comment it. Okay, and let's understand these things one by one. Okay. So to define a string, obviously we use let. You can use let, const. There are different things actually. So let's focus on let for now. So this is the name of the variable, right? Equals to Sandeep. So you can either wrap your strings are nothing but a series of characters, right? You can either wrap them in double quotes or single quotes, something like this. So I have created profession variable here, and if you see here software developer, it got single quotes, right? Even you can create bigger strings, longer strings also, like the objective. If you see highly motivated, experienced, technical lead seeking. So I've written a lot of text here. So you can write a lot of text inside string 2. Okay, and if I go to this one, you cannot combine double quotes with single quotes. This is going to throw an error. This is not going to work. So if I run my program now, let's say index.html in browser, you see inside developer tool we are getting an error, an uncaught syntax error, invalid or unexpected token, where on the line number 4 on index.js. If you see here, right? Because you have to either use double quotes or single quotes. You cannot mix and match them. So I'm going to comment it, otherwise the program is not going to work. Now let's look at this variable, salary. This looks like a number, but this is a string. This is a string. Even if I'm putting numbers inside double quotes, they are going to get converted into string. The next one is special. So you can put numbers, characters, mathematical operations, special characters, anything inside double quotes. Whatever has been put inside double quotes will be considered as a string. Even numbers, special characters, operators, whatever you're using. Next one. So if you see the message variable I have created here, it got a single quote inside that string. So I don't like that, but don't has a single quote. So when you want to use single quotes or double quotes, you need to wrap it with the right character. So if you have a single quote inside your string, you should wrap your string with double quotes. And if you want to use double quotes inside your, now this is not correct. If you want to use double quotes, inside your string, you should wrap it with single quotes. So these are some of the important rules you need to follow while creating your strings. Now the interesting thing, next, if you look at here, right, you can do math with strings. Now there can be, mark my words, this is really important, there can be interview questions around it. A lot of people, they ask questions related to math operation on string. So this is important. So just focus on this. So I'm going to copy this and we'll go through it one by one. Okay, so I've declared 2 different variables here. The first one name is Sonali. The last name is Kulkarni. Okay, I'm taking any name. Okay, so now I can add strings together. So I can add first name and last name. What do you think? What will be the output of this? We can add numbers and it produces some output, right? Do you think it's going to convert this into a number and produce some number value here? Or do you think it is going to concatenate both the strings? So I'm going to comment rest of the lines, okay? And we'll go line by line. So let's go back. I'm going to refresh. See, we are getting Sonali Kulkarni, but there's no space, right? So I can use space also. So I just added first name, space, last name, and this is going to produce a result of Sonali space Kulkarni. Cool. Now let's look at this. First name plus space last name is good in singing. So I can combine multiple strings also, right? Variables and strings. So if I save this, you can see Sonali Kulkarni is good in singing. Pretty easy, right? The next one is really interesting. Hi minus by. Now when we are doing addition, the string concatenation is happening. When I'm going to do subtraction, what do you think? What is going to happen? So let's look at it. This is going to return a nan, and I'm going to put a comment here with the nan. Next one, let's do the multiplication. What do you think? What will happen? This is again going to return a nan. So let me copy this and paste it here. Next one, hi divided by. I think the answer will be same, right? Nan. So let's put it here, and this modulus operator, if you are using, I think this is also going to return the same thing, nan. So anything other than addition is going to result in nan when we do that with strings. Okay, let's look at another thing. I think we can do more math. Actually, is one more example I have here. Let's try that. Let's do more math. So I'm going to paste it here. Let's put a comment on the last two lines. Okay. So Sonali is 2 plus 7 years old. Now, what will be the output of this program? Just think about it. Take a pause. These are really interesting, really important questions. You know, this can come and in a JavaScript interview also. So Sonali is, do you think the addition will happen? So 7 plus 9, 2 plus 7, 9 years old, or do you think it will be 27? What will happen? Let's look at the output. See that Sonali is 27 years old. So addition is not happening. Whenever you have something starting with a string, always remember it's going to do the concatenation only. So I'm just putting here, just for your reference, it's going to produce 27. Okay, so next one. Now what will happen? So this evaluation basically happens. I'll give you a hint. This evaluation basically happens from left to right. So now what will happen with 2 plus 7? Now this is addition operation. Obviously it's going to be 9, and then years ago Sonali was born. See that? 9 years ago Sonali was born. So obviously this is 9. And the last one. Sonali is, so like here it is doing the string concatenation. Maybe you want to override that. Maybe you want to do the addition, right? So you can put brackets, and that will result in addition of these numbers, and that is the output of that is going to get concatenated with these strings. So you're going to get 9 here. See that? Sonali is 9 years old. Okay, last, let's do some more maths. So I'm going to just put some comments first. Let's go line by line. Sonali is 2 minus 7 years old. What will happen? This is interesting, right? In addition, it was doing the concatenation. In brackets, it was doing the addition, actual addition of number. Now what will happen here? Let's see. 9 years old, right? So we are getting Sonali is 2 minus 7. So somewhere, maybe what is happening? Sonali is 2. I think that will be the output. Minus 7 we are trying to do, and that is not possible for JavaScript. That's why it's returning the NaN. When JavaScript cannot do any mathematical operation, most of the time it returns not a number. Okay, the next one. Sonali is 2 into 7 years old. What will happen here? Let's go and see. Sonali is 14 years old. So multiplication works. Subtraction doesn't work. Multiplication works. I'm going to put 14 here. Let's see if division also works. And you can guess, I think division should work. See, the division is also working. Pretty easy, right? One thing, you need to remember one thing, which is important, right? Subtraction doesn't work, but multiplication works, division works, and I think the modulus operation is also going to work. See, the 2 years old. So the remainder of this 37 division operation, 37 divided by 5 is 2. Cool. We did a lot of math today with string, but the important thing is, just to have a quick recap, strings are pieces of text or strings of characters. We wrap them with single or double quotes. Now, in your entire application, you need to be consistent with strings. Be consistent with either. So make a rule in your team, right? We are going to use single quotes for all our strings or double quotes for all your strings. That rule you need to create, you need to build in your team. We talked about maths with string, right? You can do concatenation, you can't do minus, multiplication, division, and modulus operation here. But here are some more math we did, right? Some of the weird things which were happening here. 2 minus 7 was not working, but multiplication and division modulus was working with a combination of strings. I believe this is what I have for strings. It might be helpful for you. If you like this video, probably you can give me the comments, right? And if any suggestions you have, you can put into the comments. With that, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to see you in day 5 of 100 days of coding JavaScript. Until then, you take care, goodbye, and thanks for watching the video.